Howdy folks, welcome back to 59 Mile Arc. We are in Norway today. We're going to continue our Scandinavian trek here with this B1900D for another video or two. If you remember, last time we went from Sweden to Finland. Today we're going from Norway back to Sweden, even though we're heading in the same direction. Anyway, we are in a very beautiful area. I'm just admiring the mountains and hills in the background. But the location is Echo November Echo Victor, which is Harstad, Narvik Airport in Evenes, Norway. Not sure how to pronounce that, but we're going to head to the east again, eastward, and we're going to go to Echo Sierra November Quebec, which is Kiruna Airport in Kiruna, Sweden. Something like that. And it's going to be fun to be in Norway to start out. Again, if you look at the autogen, it's European autogen, very nice. But it's fun to be in Norway. My kids are both named after Norwegian names. My older son, his name isn't Norwegian, but the year he was born, it was the most popular name in Norway. So that's the connection there. And then my other child is purely Norwegian name. And I've asked people, actual Norwegians visiting, how you pronounce my other son's name. And I get completely different pronunciations depending where in the country you're from. Which makes sense, because you're in the United States, right? You have different pronunciations of the same names and words depending where you're from. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was a tangent I wasn't expecting to have, like usual. But hey, that's kind of the fun in this thing. So something else to mention, Norway. Right now, I had to make the sim think it's February to get light. For some reason, the simulator thinks June in Norway right now is dark 24/7, but it's summer in Norway, summer in the northern hemisphere, so it should be light almost 24/7. Why the simulator has that backwards, I don't know. I have no idea. But the simulator has the seasons backwards. So I forced it to February. It's 10 a.m. and sun's setting. It just rose when I started the sim, and it's setting right now. So we'll probably have a nighttime flight, but we have beautiful scenery in the beginning, so that's what's important. The Carenado B1900D, I'm going to try my best to have a smooth landing. I said in the previous video, 50-50 with the suction problem with turbojets. 50% of the time I can smooth land this thing, 50% of the time we crash. Last time was a pretty tough landing. I also have video proof that I can land it smoothly, so that's going to be one of our objectives, is to try to land this thing smoothly, circumvent the suction problem in the sim. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to bore my regular viewers. I talk about it a lot. Just watch my Grease to the 1900 video a couple months back, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Otherwise, we're going to swing around to the door here. In fact, let's do this with a little more haste and zoom in. And there we are. We're ready to go. Passengers are boarding. They're coming in through the door and they're boarding. As far as flight plan goes, taking off is going to be easy. There's only a 2-knot wind. Well, it said 2 knots. We'll check the actual weather in sim in a moment. Our landing, though, is going to be quite interesting because, first of all, the winds are insane. It's like almost 20-knot winds where we're going. We might have to make changes in order to land. Secondly, I couldn't find a GPS published approach or any type of published approach for a destination. Obviously, there are published instrument approaches somewhere. I just can't find them. I have a very difficult time finding approaches outside of the United States. United States is easy. There's ENEV. Canadian flights, I actually have a PDF of every single Canadian airport with every single instrument approach. I found it somewhere. But Europe, Asia, Africa gets dicey. Sometimes it's really easy to find instrument approaches. The rest of the world, other times it's difficult. If you have any advice for me on where I can find published approaches, instrument approaches outside US and Canada, please let me know. I have found some Jeppesen, I think that's how you say it, some Jeppesen sites for various airports. Like I found a Jeppesen plate for an African airport, just randomly, but I can't find anything regularly. So if you have any advice on where I can find published instrument approaches around the world, please let me know. That'd be greatly appreciated. I've tried my Google skills. I don't know if it's because I was born before Google or not, but I have a hard time Googling things sometimes. Whereas my wife, who is very technically challenged, can find anything on Google related, even if she doesn't even know what she's looking for. She can find anything. Where me, I know what I'm looking for and I still can't find stuff. So Anyway, if you have any ideas or thoughts for me, that would be appreciated. So anyway, let's get this thing started up before the sun sets. I'm kind of hoping it's rising, but I'm pretty sure it's setting. So anyway, let's see here. We are on GPU. That's why we have lights. So let's get the fuel going. Now, last time the flight was 120 nautical miles when I mapped it out, but it only ended up being like 82. So today I have written down 112 nautical miles, which means it's probably going to be like 60 or something. So let's keep our weight fuel where it is, hour 43. Way too much fuel, probably, but we're way below landing max weight, so we're just going to keep it that way. Almost 10 a.m. I wanted a 10 a.m. Departure. We are going to miss that by a little bit. Otherwise, everything is set there. Real world weather is turned on. The clouds are very, very low. It's going to be an interesting flight. All right, let's turn on these battery first. There we go. Master lights are how we want them. We can turn the recog on now, though. Actually, everything else is the way we want it for right now. Come out here, remove static elements. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that sun is setting. Although we can only tell in a minute here. Or maybe it's just going around in a circle and it's going to stay that way. We'll find out together. The weather or the season is already screwed up. So, oh, my baggage door is already closed. Let's close it anyway. Alright, let's see here. Remove static elements. We're going to come in here and close the passenger door. If I can find that click spot. Very small click spot, but it's there. And once that closes, we will come around the corner here and we will close our cabin door, which again has a small click spot right there. Just like that. Let that thing close up on us. Emergency lights now. That should have been on tests. I missed a couple things, I guess, in my pre-setup here. Anyway, turn that to normal. All that'll stay on for right now. Let's come down here. Well, those recog lights are really blinding people. I should have maybe waited on those so I started to taxi. Anyway, they're already on. Alright, turn that thing on. What is next? Set parking brake. And it is set. And then fuel switches are over here. Pumps on. You can hear them wind up. And view the main tank. And then view the auxiliary tank, because it uses the auxiliary tank first. This isn't selecting tanks, this is just viewing what you have. And we're going to close these windows because they'll get quite loud if we don't. What else are we going to do here? That's pretty much it. Make sure our three levers are in the correct position in the center there, and they are. Auto igniters, here we go. Our right engine first. When we get to 15%, this time we'll just do full conditioner right off the bat, because ever since some update in the sim, the low idle thing doesn't work unless you're already up and running. So there is 15%, so full conditioner, and that should take off from there. And it's not going to. That's happened to me before too, where sometimes it doesn't grab at all and we have to reignite the engines. There we go. Now it should be taking off. Alright, we'll let that settle in at 63 before we do the next step here. And there's 63, so we'll do the generator. The left engine should pop right up because conditioner's already forward, because they're both on the same axis on my yoke. And we're almost up on 63 just about now, so we'll turn on the left generator, close the cover. We will sync the gyro, which you're not supposed to have to in this plane, but this plane was coded before the gyro drift was simulated. So now that the gyro drift is simulated, the code is missing from the airplane, so the default flag in the coding is to have that issue, which adds realism, but this airplane is not supposed to have that problem, but we have to sync the gyros anyway. There's all kind of conversation about that if you don't know what I'm talking about. Let's see, igniters can come off now. We don't need those. Avionics switch can come on. AC bus can come on. Turn off external power, and everything's still running, which is good. Rudder boost is down here between the seats. Climate on the co-pilot side, we'll turn those on. We'll turn on our blowers and our heaters. It's a very chilly morning, so we'll do auto, and we'll do auto temp, and that's going to make it go all the way to 120, but I'm not quite worried about that. We'll just let it go. Overspeed test. And stall test. And put the yoke back in. And come over here. And do our flight plan. We're going to clear out this stuff. Clear out the flight plan from our last flight, which I hope you joined us for that one. If not, just go back a video. And here we go. We are at, and where are we? Yeah, that's right. And now we're going to go to the other place, which is right here. Where's Q? There it is. So that's right. But we also have to do GPS approach, which we're going to try to do through the GPS this time. So normally I have issues getting the GPS approaches to work built in, so I've been putting in pretty much every GPS approach manually, where I get the waypoints and write them all in here. But since I couldn't find it as a published plate, we're going to try to do this through the GPS the way you're supposed to. So I think if I hit menu, you can, no, that's not it. You want to do the approach. I can't remember how to get into the approach. Do I hit enter? No. Do I hit, I gotta think about this a second here. I remember, you hit procedure. There we go. Except I want to make sure we're on the right one. So let me back up. How do I back out of this here? Menu, procedure again. There you go. So if I go like this, to select it, and then hit procedure. No, that's not it. We want, well, there he goes. Whoa, okay, there's just a long delay after my clicks. Okay, select approach. Enter. And we want to do, gosh, what was the win there? I can't remember. It was like 260. So we want to do 260. The closer we're going to get is 21. Let's do an ILS to 21, I guess. Ooh, we're going to do a GPS to ILS handoff using the built-in GPS. Oh boy, this is a lot of new stuff today. Let's see if we can handle this. At least I think I want to use this approach because, yeah, weather was 260 degrees. Okay, so that's what we're going to go for. Enter. We would normally give vectors from ATC, and we're not going to, so let's try this transition. Oh boy, it makes me nervous. I'm trying to see, this would be the go around. Let's load it. And 0.2 miles. What? Oh, this was the approach to ourselves, isn't it? Nope, you don't want that. Is that the approach to ourselves? Runway ILS 21. Let's check something here. Let's go up to our flight information and let's go to the airport we're at. No, that is destination airport because these are 17 and 35. Okay, so that is 21. So, oh, I see. It's just to 0.2 to where we are because it's 0.2 to the runway. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, this is our approach here. I really hope this works. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like it's gonna work. Okay. That would be amazing if this actually worked for once. So that means we're actually gonna go to direct to our approach because I have no waypoints in between, right? So I activated, I loaded it, but now I have to activate it. How do I do that? Activate approach. Do I really want to do this? I don't think I want to do that yet. Let's wait till we're in the air. I think. I'm kind of nervous about this. We're going to figure it out together. Whoops, not this one. This one. There we go. 3 miles. Okay, well. Yes, yes, we're direct to ourselves, which isn't right, but I don't want to go direct. I want to activate the approach. This is all screwed up. I have a feeling that hitting this direct button is going to be a bad idea. We'll see. We will see. At least it looks better on the map, but that's not the point. It's still kind of screwed up on the map. No, it isn't. I don't know. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's just keep moving here. And, try to figure this out. Alright. Set that to CDI. Or GPS, I mean. Because we're going to use GPS. Da-da-da-da. Avidyne. Forward. Declutter a little bit. Radios. Not going to use any except for the ILS approach, which I don't have the frequencies for. So maybe the GPS will tune it in for us. We're going to need it because there's clouds on the ground there. So we are going to need ILS, but I don't know the frequency. So we'll have to figure that out hopefully when we get closer. Alright, let's check out our weather. So we get a barometer set here. Oh, it's raining now. That's amazing. That is just amazing. Wow, I love it. Love it all. Here we go. Alright, where are we? We are on U and ENEV. And wind calm. So we can use either runway. 29 or 9 or 1. That is not what the weather's going to be at the destination though. 29 or 9 or 1. Okay, let's turn on TCAS since we're down here. That's kind of out of order. Alright, let's see here. Test the caution lights and everything. And everything looked good there. I don't know why that one was on, but let's turn that off. Alrighty, what is next? Cabin pressure. We already have bleed valves on, so let's just go down here. We're going to fly 16,000 feet like normal, so let's set this to 17,000. And then we'll take this all the way forward, bring it back a little bit, and then once we're near cruise, we'll bring it all the way back still. The whole point being you want the 2 arrows here in the green all the time. I also noticed that if this gets in the red, your low fuel pressure light comes on, which is some strange bug. But Carenado doesn't know about it. I've told them. Alright, let's see. Auto feather to arm. Which, why can't you remember where that is? Happens to me every time. Auto feather, arm. There it is. Generator ties closed. There it is. Anti-ice, stall horn, all this good stuff. Pitot heat. Turn that on. Prop sync on. There we go. Set up the autopilot. 1600 from our previous flight, but we want to go to 16,000. I also just realized I don't even know our approach altitudes. So as long as that ILS radio kicks in, that'll give us our vertical descent. But without it, we're going to be going visual, even though it's going to be cloudy on the ground. This is going to get interesting in a hurry. Alright, let's get autopilot set up. We are just simply, going to use GPS tied to nav, or nav tied to GPS. We're going to climb 2,200 feet per minute, like I always do. Because somewhere I read that's great. I have a feeling that's a little steep, but I read somewhere 2,200 feet per minute is awesome. Don't know why, I can't find it again, but I found it somewhere, and that's what's in my notes. So nav, I'll select vertical speed 2,200, autopilot done, just like that. Alright, TCAS already on, taxi lights on, because we're going to taxi out of here. Nav can come on now. Taxi as well. Turn off our dome or map lights to give us like half frame per second better. Everything else is ready to go, except we're going to do conditioners low idle. Let's see if we stall. I hope not. Sometimes it kills us, sometimes it doesn't. The sound does change as it should, and we're still running good. Very nice. And props to taxi. That'll change pitch or sound, I should say. There we go. Now we have to back up. And I'm not going to use pushback, so what are we going to do? We're going to use either runway. I guess we're just going to go out there. Let's just go to the right, use runway 14. Ooh, I love that rain splash. What we're going to do is we're going to release parking brake. We're going to use reversers to back up. I have heard in this plane, in real life, they do actually do that sometimes. Yeah, backwards please. Oh, all the way on the rudders. There we go. Except we don't do very much, and they don't do very often, but they do that. I've read from real pilots. You're gonna go forward for me, or are you only gonna go left? Is my yoke all screwed up? We've talked about this in a previous video. How if my yoke is all crazy, it doesn't work right. No, it's okay. But I can only go to the right for some reason. I can't go left. Very weird. There we go. Maybe there's a friction thing, because now we're okay. Alright, here we go. Wow, we're going pretty fast. Sometimes it goes fast, sometimes it doesn't go at all. Alright, let's see what we're going to do. We're going to go out here and taxi to the right, like I said, I believe is runway 14. Come down to this so you can see those mountains. I'd like to look at the airport, but it's kind of hard to do that. Runway ahead, in case you're not aware. So we're going to back taxi. A lot of back taxi lately. I guess because we've been landing on smaller airports and taking off from smaller airports. Anyway, I love this weather. Wow, this is amazing. It's been a long time since we had rain in a video. It's not showing up on the radar because only storms show up on the radar. But that Avidyne radar does work. If the storms are big enough. I'm talking about the one on the right. It does work. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's see if we can look at the airport while I taxi. Oh boy, I don't know. It doesn't usually work out that well. Oh, nice. There you go. Nice mountains in the background. I have never been to Norway. Surprise, surprise. My wife has several times. In fact, her family used to go every year. Because my wife has Norwegian and Swedish heritage. She's 75% Norwegian, 25% Swedish, although she looks very Swedish. Not to make any of you jealous who like Swedish-looking women, but my wife looks 100% Swedish, even though she isn't. Anyway, her family used to visit her all the time. They have cousins and relatives there and things. They're not speakers of Norwegian. My in-laws know a few words, but the pronunciation is completely wrong, and it drives me crazy because I do know enough about the language to know how to pronounce things. It also helps out as a music major, which means we had to do diction in all kinds of different languages. So anyway, just a little aside. That's kind of humorous. Whoops, I did not mean to push that button. I was installed. Apparently it doesn't like Tal View. Okay, anyway. We're going to keep back taxiing here. Quick view of the airport while I try to look around and taxi at the same time. Otherwise, enjoy the site now because we're going to make a cut and I'll meet you at the end of that runway. Alright, here we are lining up on runway 17 after my little turnaround here. We're going to use the brakes, but they will not stop us. So we need to do parking brake. There we go. Alright, hopping inside. And what is next? Enter runway. Flaps down, 1 notch. Let's turn on our landing lights, turn off our taxi lights. Anti-collision can go to our flight cabin. Comes off. Those go dim, but the reading lights are still on. So if you want to see what that looks like, there we go. Everybody is ready to go and already reading and staring out the window, and not too happy it's a miserable rainy day. I happen to like rainy miserable days, but not everybody. Alright, let's bring this back. Let's actually try center this time, because before it's been a little too aggressive. Otherwise, there's that heading bug. In case I mess up autopilot, we will go straight. There we go. Autopilot is set though, everything. We're just going to go straight up to 16,000 feet. Let's zoom in here and set our clock. And there we go. And conditioners forward, props forward. And the yoke is not going crazy, so we're good. Alright, parking brake off. Throttles all the way forward, STOL, short landing, short takeoff and landing, so we should be able to take off in no time. And we're about ready to lift off right now. Rotate. There we go. Gear coming in already, flaps coming in already. And we are going to hand fly for a moment before I engage autopilot. I'm assuming autopilot will be fine because we do have direct to the next airport. But we are already in the clouds. Just like that. Holy moly. Let's look out the window a second and start making our turn to the left. I am hand flying. We'll see how this goes. Very nice. Super awesome. Alright, let's see. We're going to keep our aggressive climb. Engage autopilot right now. Look at that. Perfectly smooth handoff. Wow, couldn't even tell I engaged it. But I know it's engaged because I'm hands-free and it's working. Should straighten us out in a minute to catch our GPS, I hope. I think I was going to spin us even closer. It likes to do that for some reason. There we go. We're straightening out. Nice. Alright, I think we're going to miss this terrain. We'll find out, won't we? At least we won't be able to see how close we are hitting it because of the clouds. This is awesome. Super high frame rate still. Very happy. Ooh, there's lightning, which means it should show up on the Avidyne, but it's not. Oh well. Anyway, we'll let this climb for a minute here before we adjust engines and get VNAV going. Otherwise, there we go. Cruising right along already. Let's do a few more looks outside before we do some management of the aircraft. Looking good. Let's get some screen caps going here for a possible thumbnail. I like to take them as soon as I can or else I forget. Let's look back this way and take another one. There we go. Oh, that's so awesome. Just amazing. Alright, let me check this out of the way so we can look out the window. Look at that. So nice. Apologize, I can't give too much more detail about where we are or anything, but those of you from the area probably know exactly what's going on right now. Alright, we gotta do some engine management. So we gotta bring back our throttles and props to keep everything in the green. Bringing back things slowly here, then we'll make adjustments too once we're cruising. Starting at the top in those center columns, green, green, green. Green, fuel flow is nice and high, and green. There we go. Alright, what do we need to do? We need to do a few things here. We got to figure out this approach. We got to figure out VNAV. So let's see what's going to happen now if I activate approach. Did it do anything? I don't notice anything change. Okay, good. We're going direct to Kiruna now, or whatever that is. Oh, don't stall sim. I'm clicking things on. Okay, there we go. Alright. I'm just going to assume this is right. Now, like I said, I don't have a frequency for ILS because I couldn't find the published ILS. So, if we're not tuned in, we're not going to get our glide slope. So I don't know how that's going to work. I have no idea. So, we'll worry about that later, I guess. If we have to go visual, and we will, but... Alright, the approach is actually going to work, at least based on what it looks like here in the sim. So, as we get closer and we can see the line better, we'll see, but... This is the best I can do, unless it's going to be a visual approach. Those are the two choices. Try GPS or visual. So we're going to try GPS. Alright, VNAV then, like I said, I don't even know what our approaches, or our approach altitudes are. We're kind of in the mountains though, so we can't just, you know, we're going to some really high mountains here. So we can't just come down to airport elevation. This is going to put us right over this peak, isn't it? That's going to be interesting, because I don't know how high that peak is. We'll find out. We might have to make adjustments. 16,000 feet might not be high enough. Anyway, we'll worry about that as it gets there. Alright, I just looked up the airport elevation for destinations. 1,509 feet. So let's just shoot for 3 grand, I guess. Or actually, let's do this. Let's do 1,700 feet at the airport. Just aim for this at the airport. Man, I don't know about this. Runway 21. There we go. 800 feet per minute. Let's just do this. Is it really going to be that short? But what about that mountain? I don't know. This is going to be a tricky one. I didn't practice this flight because, again, the point of this channel isn't to have practice and polished flights. It's to learn together. And that's exactly what we're doing in this video, is we're learning this together. Like, what do you do when you have a GPS stuff, but you don't have your radios because you can't find a plate? You don't know the altitude. Man, we have to come down quick, very soon, even though we have these mountains in our face. I don't know. We're going to do it. Whoa, whoa, what are we missing? We're going to do it. Otherwise, everything is managed. GPS is programmed as best as I can. I'm really distracted by that amazing scenery. Goodness gracious. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do some sightseeing. I'll cut back into some narration as soon as I got the next thing figured out. That being said, we can turn off landing lights because we're above 10,000 feet. Alright, I will see you very soon. Alright, so I'm going to come down here and bring this all the way back so that our gate is going to green because one popped up in the red. It's also time to descend a target, so we're just going to bring this thing way down to like 1500. I don't know what we're going to do. Let's bring this down though, so we have something to shoot for. It's at 900, so we didn't really miss too much because we're only 100 off. So let's just bring that out here for a minute. And it's time to descend this thing. I'm really nervous about this though. So let's descend, just one button, that's it. 800 is already in there, automatically. And Alt select. We'll keep our speed up though. But I'm going to bring back throttles a little bit because we will speed up more, given we're pointing downwards now. Well, it looks just beautiful up here. I don't know how this is going to work with this terrain. I'll just have to figure it out. I'm bringing back throttles still because we're still gaining speed, which you would expect now that we're pointing downwards. There we go. We've kind of stopped there. Let's pull up the map. Do we have our destination yet? Looks like we have some high mountains up here right in front of us. Destination is not even in there. This is going to be even more interesting. This was the big mountain. We got a good sightseeing view of that. We're well above that. This is going to be the same height. I can't guarantee we're going to clear that. We might have to use heading bug and navigate around. Not sure. Otherwise, what do we need to do now? Landing lights come back on at 10,000 feet. Once our destination appears on the map, we can get a barometer for destination. And I don't expect this to hand off to glide slope automatically, to the ILS automatically, localizer. We'll see. I don't have a frequency, so if the GPS doesn't do it for us like it does in the Eclipse, then we're just going to have to figure something out. But the Eclipse, if you know, use the GPS built in there, it'll catch glide slope for you somehow. It just does it by magic. This I don't know. We'll have to find out. Otherwise, there we go. More sightseeing. We're about to enter the clouds. Yikes. But we'll see. So landing lights at 10 grand. Our cabin pressure is in the green. Fuel is good, right? Yeah, plenty of fuel. And I'm just gonna manage this descent, flip on some lights a little bit, and keep checking that map for destination. I'll catch you in a moment. Alright, so our destination has popped into view, but first we're crossing over the tallest mountain right now, and we're going to clear it. So we don't have to worry about that. That was my only biggest concern. Oh, there's more mountains off in the distance on the horizon. That's awesome. What do we have out the engine side? Nice. Okay, so big breath there because I'm still really nervous about this. So anyway, let's click on our destination and see what do we have here. Alright, wind 320 at 14. So 320 take over 32, take away 21 is 11. 32 take away 3 is 19, so we're much closer for runway 21 as planned. Otherwise, 2976. 2976. Let's get that in here right now. 2976, like so. And it looks like we're going to get out of some mountains here to some lower ground, which will be very exciting with this approach we're trying to do. So there's approach coming in a little bit. VNAV, that's going up. So if I bring throttles back a little bit, that'll help that a little bit. Otherwise, we're all set. We're just going to follow this in and see what happens. I do not expect glide slope to be picked up. I expect to have to come in manually and probably visually. If I had an approach plate with a frequency, I'd throw it in there into VLOC 1 and then hit CDI to VLOC to catch the glide slope and then hit approach on the autopilot. That's how I would do that if I had a frequency. I don't have a frequency, but we have a GPS with a built-in approach. So we will find out what's going to happen together, which is the point of my videos. That's what makes this channel a little bit different, is we have learning experiences together, not polished flights every time. And I just heard something beeping. I don't know what that was. Anyway, more sightseeing. Catch you in a couple seconds. Alright, about hit 10,000 feet, so let's turn landing lights back on. Otherwise, approach checklist, landing lights on at 10,000, barometer or altimeter is set. Too early for flaps, too early for gear. Looking good on our VNAV. Yeah, that's still holding at about 970 something, so bringing back throttles a little bit more. Just being closer to 800. Slower horizontal speed will buy us more time. Plus we need to start slowing down soon anyway. I'm going to zoom this in once we're ready to zoom it in so we can see what's going on. I really don't like how that looks. This is going to get interesting in a hurry, isn't it? Otherwise, these distances are long enough for us to make a move if we have to. So we will see. Yeah, it looks to me like we're going to make a turn left and then turn around, and then I have no idea what this is going to do. I have no idea what this is going to do to us. I just know that our destination is okay, or our descent is okay. There's nothing crazy on the map in terms of terrain. It just gets lower and lower, so that's good. Yeah, it looks like it's going to bring us over the airfield and turn us around. I don't know. Don't know why it's doing that. Normally what I would have done had I had an approach plate is I would have done this flight plan and then cleaned all this up, like remove waypoints, or maybe direct, like for example maybe we would have gone direct to CI-21 maybe. Instead we're at the mercy of this disaster. Oh well, we'll figure it out. We're cooking right along though. We should probably bring our speed back so I have time to manage stuff. Ooh, look out the window quickly though. Look at that. There's a city down there. So we're going to start bringing back speed. Let's go down to like 180 or so that I can actually control things if I have to. 220 is a little bit fast. Man, that looks awesome. Otherwise, nothing left to worry about on the approach checklist till we do flaps and gear. Like I said, it's way too early for that anyway. So let's see, we're about to make our turn to the left here. Alright, 7 seconds till we make our turn, and then I'm really curious what we're going to be doing next. Oh boy, I think, like I said, I think we're going to go out and turn around somehow, because we're going over the airport right now. We're over our airport. So what's it going to have us do? Go out and come back? Yeah, but which way here? I think it's to the left. Anyway, we're holding at 100. Well, we were holding at 180 knots, but because of the turn, it slowed us down a little bit. So I'm just going to adjust throttles. Once we turn again, I'll go down about 160. But we're not going to do flaps yet. We're not going to do gear. We're just going to let the GPS go around. And I'm really curious if we're going to pick up a glide slope. It sure looks like we're picking up the localizer. We're picking up the marker. Is this going to work? Is this really going to work? And then the question is, if I keep on GPS, will it descend us, or do you need to go to VLOC and then hit approach up here on the on the autopilot? We're not getting glide slope though. We're just getting localizer. I don't know. This is interesting. So anyway, what are we at? We're gonna 175. That's not 180. We'll keep 175. That's fine. 6,000 feet. Airport was 1709. Why did I set that 50? Did I do that backwards? Let's make that 1700. I can't remember. Anyway, change that. What does it say here? I really don't care about that anymore, except it says we're descending too quickly. So let's just go up to 600 feet per minute. And I got that because this says 676, closer to 600 than 800. That's what we want. That's what we need. That's what that is. Oh, we're turning. Okay, we're going to go left and then turn around. So we're going to try to hold the speed 174, 170. See, these calls go all the way down pretty much, like I said. I think it cut off at like 4,200. Yeah, we're picking up all the markers. Okay. Still don't have a glide slope, though. Which we shouldn't, but we were close to the airport. I was hoping we would. Otherwise, I have a feeling we're just going to come in visually. I don't know. There's some train up there, though. And some water. Water everywhere, by the way. We're not on islands, but kind of like fjords. Otherwise, what is next? Just follow this thing around and around and around, and once we make a couple more turns, we'll slow down, get gear and flaps down. And let's see here. Yeah, airport elevation 1507. So 1700, that's 200 feet above that. That'll give us some wiggle room. So that's what, yeah, see, we went right out and we're going to turn around. Very weird. It's working. It's not ideal, I don't think, and I can't imagine this is a real approach. Maybe it is, but it is working. Have some train over there, though, on the right. All right, next turn in 7 seconds. Let's use a wing view for this one while we make this turn, because the autopilot won't do it for us, so we don't need to be up front. Although I am a little bit nervous because of those mountains, although I have a feeling we're going to be turning in before those mountains. So maybe this is a real approach to navigate the terrain. I don't know. I really wish I could find a plate so I could see if this is what you're supposed to do. But let's say we're going to make a big sweeping turn and then another one, and then the airport should be just off to the right, coming into view any minute, I think. Nice gradual turn, though. This is very nice. Alright, we have another turn already in 3 seconds. We're gonna keep up front here, though, so we can manage some systems. Otherwise, I think... Oh, look at ENEV lit up down there. Lateral navigation lit up on me. But is it gonna pick it up, though? I'm talking about right here. I've never seen that before. What does this do? Select VLOC for approach. Select approach frequency. Yeah, I don't have that. That's the problem. I don't have an approach frequency, so we're just gonna have to do this manually. There's a runway. Let's have a very, very quick final look around, because once we're on final, we don't do approaches. I mean, once we're on final, we don't do sightseeing anymore. That's a new rule I have, and it's been working out well. I used to be doing sightseeing all the way to touchdown, and we're gonna pass a runway. So we're gonna release autopilot, slow this thing down, props forward. And as soon as we get to 160 or so, we'll do... What are we going to do? We're going to do gear first. So landing lights are on, barometer is set, props are forward, we're a little low on the PAPI, so we're going to level off a little bit, gear coming down. And now what we're going to try to do this time to land this thing smoothly with the sim problem sucking us down. Yeah, there's crosswind. First set of flaps. We are going to try to come in slow, way below touchdown. Touchdown is 104. But it won't stall till 84, so, or 83 or something. So we're going to try to get down in the 80s or 90s. All right, second set of flaps. I'm going to try to get down in the 80s or 90s, level off, goose the throttle, and then try to touch down smoothly. I'm not going to talk that whole thing out again, like I do in every video, because my regular viewers have heard it a million times. I just invite you to watch the Grease the B1900 video if you want what I'm talking about. Now this crosswind is insane. It's insane. So we're going to try to do a crosswind landing. We're going to try. Which means right wing down, left rudder, right main touches first, and a firm touchdown. I'm going to try to do that. Otherwise I'm just going to try to land period at this point. We already have enough things working against us in the sim with turboprops that trying to get an accurate crosswind landing is just icing on the cake. Look at this. I'm like trying to go right and we're getting blown so far left. At least we got 2 and 2 on the PAPI. This crosswind is ridiculous. I mean, it should be ridiculous. It's like 14 or 17 knots. So I'm going to try my best. So let's slow down now. Slow way down. Because even though we're supposed to land idle, we're getting sucked down already. The sim is sucking us down. Don't suck us down now. So anyway, the sim will suck us down no matter how fast we're going. It's a sim problem. But we're going to try to circumvent it. In real life, you land at idle. In the sim, you can't. So we're going to goose it. We're going to try to slow down, but we got to slow down up here because once you get too close, we're going to get sucked down no matter how fast we're going. So we're going to, okay, and have one hand on the yoke. I got to try to do rudders too. This would be very interesting because my rudders are on my yoke. I'm giving it some throttle now so we don't get sucked down. Okay, we're getting sucked down anyway. So here we go. I'm going to go sterile, I think. Alright, right wing, left rudder is getting sucked down. Oh, good. We did it. Reversers, throttles to idle, flaps coming in. I have like full left rudder right now, by the way. Seriously, full left rudder. Oh my gosh, let go of the reverses at 40. Okay, that might not have looked very good if you're critical, but that actually was amazing. I'll talk about why that was amazing in a moment once we get off this runway. Okay, so I'm going to stop. There we go. So we did a crosswind landing with a very high crosswind and circumvented the suction in the sim at the same time in an area we don't know. So that, I am extremely pleased with that. Let's stop here a second. Stop, and this won't stop because it's screwed up, so we have the parking brake to stop. There we go. Let's come up here and let's get our taxi lights on. Landing lights can come off. All these lights can come on so people can start collecting their belongings. And then we'll come down here and conditioners will go to low idle. There we go. And props back to taxi. Flaps are already in. Let's stop the clock. 31-minute flight time. What else do we need to do? That is it. So let's hop outside and see where we're going. Alright, we're just going to pull up to this hangar here and let everybody out so they can enjoy Sweden. Yes, we're in Sweden now. We went from Norway back to Sweden because Sweden kind of wraps around. And we're going to go a little bit more here and we'll stop. But first of all, we have to get there. Oh, a little bit more. Don't stop yet. Come on, you can do this. Alright, let's stop right here. So again, the brakes don't stop this completely. So we have to come down here at the parking brake. There we go. Alright, what do we do for shutting this thing down? Alright, so we're going to come up here, turn off the taxi lights, turn off all these lights to not blind people. Fast seatbelt can come. Actually, let's keep that on right now because we have the engines running still. Otherwise, all the lights are how we want them. We're going to come back here. Props come back. Best sound ever. And the fuel cutoff should turn the engines off. There we go. External power. There we go. This time everything stayed running too. We had an issue last time. Alright, now we can turn off avionics. And we'll turn off the generators and the battery and the AC bus and the generator ties and all this other stuff. As much stuff as you want. We're not going anywhere for a while in this thing, so we can turn off a whole bunch of this stuff. There we go. Even turn off the blowers and the heaters. Oh, there's like eye off auto. Okay, there we go. Yep, that's fine. We'll leave the rest out the way it is. Open up our windows. If I can find the click spots here. There we go. What else? Doors. Now we can turn the fasten seatbelt light off. There we go. And how is everybody doing back there? You getting your stuff out? Good. Alright, there we go. Let's hop outside and get our baggage door open and our static elements set. And somehow window reflections got turned off, but whatever, doesn't matter now. Alright, anyway, welcome back to Sweden. Those of you who are with us on the first flight too. Sweden to Finland, Norway, back to Sweden. We have one more of these. We're going to, what are we going to do? We're going back to Finland, I think. Something like that. I can't really read my whiteboard from here, but one more of these Scandinavian flights, and then we'll go back to our 50-state series. So, hope you enjoyed the flight. I certainly enjoyed the flight. I was very happy that everything worked out. The GPS approach worked out for the first time ever without doing it manually. We did have to take over ourselves, but the descent seemed to be okay. I'm not sure what worked and what didn't. I'll find out during editing. It just happened so fast, and I was so nervous about getting down. But it worked out. So I'm going to rewatch this video myself to get those details. And what else can I say about this? Perfect weather for flying, in a sim anyway. Great scenery, great sunrise and sunset. I don't think the sun even moved at all. It just stayed there. Quick flight, quick and easy. And, as usual, if you are a regular subscriber, thank you for continuing support. If you found me by accident, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. One more Scandinavian trip coming up. Catch you on the next one.